He's in his 80s, he's lived there all his life. His house has burnt down, his neighbour's house has burnt down. Yeah. And they've just left him there. Unbelievable.
His house set on fire while he was in it. He's a lovely bloke. He's on his
So
own,
they've brought you down here, the police. They're not looking after you.
evacuated him.
Several places. I mean, we started where the bend of, the S bend.
Yeah.
That's when we started, and we progressively come here.
Oh, blimey. So
He first smelt the
to stay safe.
He first smelt the fire burning his trees round his property, yeah? He's the only person in the property.
The lawn's black.
Yeah.
It's only the terrace that stopped it getting to the house.
Oh, bless you.
Next door neighbour's roof's gone.
Your next door neighbour's roof's completely gone.
He's 50, 60 years.
And you've been obviously there quite a while.
50 years.
Have you got...
40 years.
Bless you. Have you have any pets or anything with her?
No.
That's one blessing, isn't it? Are you okay? You've got water and everything, but I can't believe that no one's... Do you want something to eat, like a little snack?
Well, I had lunch and I'm not doing it.
You are with blood sugar and stuff like this, medication and stuff.
I just wonder what's going to happen at 9 o'clock. When we get
You just want to go home, don't you, hopefully?
I don't forget it. Because unfortunately,
anyone knows.
the nights are drawing in.
We could get up. Oh,
Do you want me to go and try and speak to one of the police? See if they can...
the nurses are coming around distributing
Are they?
water to people who are around here.
But this guy's an absolute... This guy's a priority, because your ankles, are they normally swelled as well, or is that additional? Because have a go on your ankles. Are you okay? That's why I'm a bit concerned. I'm going to go and speak to an officer.
No.
You,
The nurses are up here, right?
you absolutely certain?
No,
Oh.
I should have. It's fine.
It's hot as well.
I'm just going to go and have a word. Be back down in a sec. Guys, yeah, I'm just going to go and have a word with the police officer about this gentleman. That guy that was on the camera there, his house has obviously been damaged. His house is the other side of that smoke there. And nobody seems to be assisting him. So we can find some officers that don't seem too busy, have a word, see what we can get organised for the gentleman, because at the bare minimum he needs something to sit on, like a deck chair or something. He's sat on his arse there. Literally can't find a copper. See what we can see. Yeah, if you're just jumping on, guys, I live in Stourbridge, so we're in Stourbridge. Truth though, it's actually sent me a video somebody else had put on X. And I could see the smoke from my house, which is a couple of miles from this side of Stourbridge, granted. See the smoke, I wasn't really going to bother. But then we kept hearing sirens, seeing sirens. And then we heard 4 or 5 helicopters. So obviously we've come down and see what we can see. But yeah, it's a major incident that's been declared in Stourbridge, and we've got resources apparently from fire services, police services, ambulance services, and as you can hear, multiple air support services from all around Blighty. We've got LBC News over there, he's about to go live. We've got Sky News somewhere. I have already been up to the other site, so that's going to actually be on a separate video. Like I say, the other site's far worse than this. If anybody is local and they know Love Lane, Gainsborough, Hill, Mary Stevens Park, it's all on fire, unfortunately. The woodland at the back, and it is touching people's houses, sheds, and any houses that are near to the trees. Yeah, but I would imagine they're going to have to evacuate the area up that way anyway, because certainly an hour ago when we were there, it was very, very thick, acrid smoke. So we'll see. Well, I am very, very concerned about this gentleman. My friend Robin's with him, so I know he's in good hands. But we will walk and see if we can find a police constable. Hi, miss. All it is, miss, I'm on a live, so I don't want to put you on. There's a gentleman down there in his 70s who's involved in the fire. All his ankles are swelled up, he's red hot, he's sat on the floor. And he's made it, to my knowledge, he's got a heart condition. He was actually in the fire, bro, apparently up there, yeah, an elderly gentleman. He's sat on the floor, everybody's surrounded him now. I'm not saying he needs an ambulance or anything, but is there any way somebody could get him a deck chair or something to sit on, maybe? Nice one, miss, thank you. There you go, just ask miss there if she can sort this gentleman out, something to sit on. You know, bro. All it is, the old guy here, he's been there 4.5 hours. Nobody from the police have even got him a chair to sit on. No, so I've just been over. I'm on a live stream just to get some attention, because otherwise you get nothing done. He's in his 80s. He's lived there all his life. His house has burnt down. His neighbour's house has burnt down. Yeah. And they've just left him there. Unbelievable. Yes, please. This gentleman here. Oh. Yeah, they've just left him on the grass there. Beautiful. There we go, guys. Thank you. Not going to put him on the camera, guys, but as you can see, we have got him some help. We're going to try and get him from somebody's house, because as you can see, the police aren't really so bothered. But I have just let the people know that he's been there 4.5 hours. His house is burned down. He's in his 80s, as you heard. He's technically now homeless. His legs are swelled up. He's sweating. And he's obviously very, very upset, trying to put a brave face on. So hopefully now I'm not gonna put him on, but here he comes. Brilliant. Hold on. There you go, guys. There he is walking by with Robin, and lovely lady passing by. She's apparently a nurse. She's helped house. So we're going to get him in the car, get him on some air conditioning, get him cooled down. Because even I'm stood under the trees here. It's got to be 35, 36 degrees still. We've got more fire coming down. It's another one of those little Toyota jobbies. Don't seem to have too many actual fire engines on these ladders. Like you used to see on London's Burning around these parts anymore. They've just got these little four-wheel drive jobbies. There you go. They've just actually been up the other place. Handsworth, that's from. That's Handsworth, Birmingham. That's got to be 20 mile away, maybe a touch more. Yeah, got LBC there. He's more interested in going live. Look at the use of this Pratt. And the guy to the left of him with the camera, apparently that's ITV. Absolutely useless Pratt sale. You've got a guy sat there 4.5 hours, as you've just seen, nobody doing absolutely nothing. And like I say, there's at least 30 coppers here. Sat in the vehicles over there, look, with the aircon on. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry I'm shaking. I'm a bit annoyed by it all, in all honesty. Yes, Kathy, I've just got in the chat. Thanks, Kathy. Well done. That's the first one I've seen. Yeah, nice one. See if I can read some messages. How big is the fire? Well, a couple of miles in length is the best way to describe it. It's a couple of fires, actually, but it's kind of amalgamated into one. There's one fire over at, you could call it Lee Vale. Back at Lee Vale, which is kind of Mary Stevens Park, just to give people an idea of scale, from the Mary Stevens Park area to where we are now, which is Racecourse Lane, which is a good mile, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, various fires. Like I say, the bit up there where it initially started on Stourbridge Golf Course, or near Stourbridge Golf Course, this has pretty much been, even though it doesn't look like it, pretty much been dealt with here. It was a lot worse earlier. You can see the smoke. But that way, down the lanes, guys, there's got to be 5, 6 of those great big tankers. And as you can hear and see, that's the direction where I'm talking about. There's a lot of, there's another helicopter. There's a lot of housing, sort of 1980s housing, which is all at risk. I think a couple have already had a problem. And not that I'm laughing about it, but a couple of guys had got the hose pipes out on the front gardens a couple of hours ago when we drove by. I really don't think that's going to do a lot, but yeah, fair play to them for trying. Yeah, if you want to see more, get over to whoever this kid is here from LBC. It looks like he's doing a live. He's just waiting for the studio. Oh, we finally got an ambulance for our mate here. Unbelievable. There you go. The power of the live stream. Maybe not. Not saying much to say, guys, really. Other than like, share, subscribe. Let's have another quick look at the golf course, see if we can see any progress. Oh, yeah. Right, let's go and see if we can get an update on the old fella, on the local, on the gentleman whose house has been sadly seriously damaged. Certainly when he left, he said his neighbour's roof had gone. And having been to the area that he's described, I would imagine, unfortunately, it's all gone, including his. Been there 47 years, I think he said just now on the live. If you heard it, if the sound's working. Anyway, I'm going to try and find Robin. Where's Robin? Try and find Robin, try and find the gentleman, make sure everything's okay, and we'll take you and show you the other side. More resources, guys. Another big fire engine.
Right, someone's calling me, trying to leave you to it. Alright, okay. Yeah, okay, that's what, mate.
Where's this one from? Have a look on the front door. Bridie Hill, that one. He's a bit late, isn't he? Bridie Hill's only up the road. Bridie Hill was your next station stop. They're on the move again, guys. Yeah, they're shooting off up the viewpoint now, up, for those that know, they're turning left up towards Quinty John. So I'd imagine there's a road straight through. I'd imagine it's now jumped over the road, guys. Fire has jumped. In fact, let's see if we can see any smoke up this way. You can see the wind. You can see how the choppers are having to hold sideways into the, I would suggest it's probably a westerly wind because there's the sun and the wind is, which way is the wind coming? The wind's changeable actually, it's variable. Yeah, it's westerly, look. You got a strong westerly wind. I would imagine if I was flying today, somewhere in the order of 12 mile an hour, probably gusting 20, 25. It's breezy. It's great weather for fires, let's put it that way. And it's great weather if you want to blow them around a bit. Yeah, they're not locals, that's just been interviewed by LBC there, let me tell you. Don't know what that helicopter is, it doesn't look to be police. I think there's 4 helicopters up. So see if we can see actually up here, if it's spreading into the fires at the back. You can kind of see the area, guys. Quite a nice bit of Stourbridge. Don't want to go too near that one, that might go up. Spontaneous self-combustion. Yeah, it's spreading, it's going where I thought. So the trees up there, for those that know, that's Hagley Hall. Behind that would be Clent, Witchbury Hill. Over there you've got what's called the viewing point or the looking point. It's quite a high up bit with a water thing on it, what do you call it? A water course, not a water course, waterworks. Anyway, guys, I'm going to walk round to my car, see if Robin's there, read the comments. Sorry it's been a bit boring. Just thought I'd show you what was happening. I hadn't done a live for a bit. In fact, what I'm on, for those that don't know, I was arrested on Saturday just gone. I was arrested by North Wales Police, just outside Prestatyn, for misgendering, would you believe, misgendering, or in fact the wording was that I'd asked car park warden, security warden, was it a he or was it a she? Yeah, I got arrested, I got detained by 7 armed police, 3 vehicles and a riot van, kept 33 hours with no superintendent authorisation, no judge, no magistrate. Yeah, and I'm now on bail. I'm on bail to appear back at Middlewich, I think it's called Middlewich Detention Centre or Custody Suite in Cheshire somewhere. Big up to Gary Bennett, the Wolf of Wolverhampton, who at midnight on Monday drove from Wolverhampton, how am ya, and collected me with Vanessa, his missus. Big up. Otherwise I'd have literally been stranded. Anyway, I can't find Robin, can't find the old fella, can't find my flipping car. Yeah, I did a post on Facebook, Brooks Reports and Ryan Brooks, to show the paperwork, because people obviously must think I've done something far more sinister. The fact that I was held in police custody for 33 hours. Well, it was literally, we were locked in a car park. When I say locked, I'd been to a protest at Crewe at Webb House, the cult house, the home of the Ahmadi, religion of peace and light, the home of the man that has a model of himself who looks like the Virgin Mary and drinks, what should we say, male fluids, more police, more sirens, more fire. That's probably the incident commander. We've got a taxi here that's just pulled out straight in front of him. Unreal. Is that police? Is it fire? Fire. That's police, armed police. Oh, it's Sarge. It's a sergeant, that was. So we've got National Grid, fire, police, air support, officers from around the country. And LBC, kind of says it all, doesn't it, really? Welcome to Stourbridge. Yeah, going back to the arrest, guys, it's ridiculous. We got locked in the park. We're walking through in DP audits. It was advertised as closing at 8 o'clock. It was 44 minutes to 7:44, death's door. And I better be careful what I say, but a person, shall we say, that sounded a little bit like Lily Savage on a bad day, screaming like a banshee on a tannoy, telling us this park is closing, get out now. So yeah, me and DP obviously at first kind of thought it was a protester with a tannoy joking, you know, taking the pee. Well, oh no, it wasn't. It was a person. I nearly did it again then. I nearly called it a they or a them or an it. I nearly called it a he. I nearly called it a she. Can't do that. It's illegal now. It's against the law. It's an indictable offence and it carries 2 years. So be very careful when you gender somebody. Please don't assume. I hope he's not going to reverse into that. No, he's not. West Midlands bus on demand. I'm guessing, guys, these have come to take the residents away whose houses have been damaged, smoked out, or just aren't safe to return to. Because these are kind of like our ring and ride things for the elderly, I believe. West Midlands on demand. That one says it's come from Wimbledon, or it's registered to Wimbledon. Surely not. No sign of this curtailing, if anything. It seems to be
It's all closed off.
still all shut off down that way, brother, yeah. So my man's just been down and had a walk down Love Lane End, and it's all shut off down there. I'll have a look at the comments now, if anybody can let me know. Yeah, gender thing confuses me as well. Big up. DP, informed good lad. Yeah, so, yeah, DP was there. Yeah, so all it was literally, like I say, we were locked in the park. He locked the first gate in front of us. I didn't really say anything. I found it quite funny because I was actually on a live stream and on my body worn. We got to the second gate, which is about, I don't know, 150 yards away. And this person proceeded to lock this gate in front of us. Now at sort of 53 minutes to 8, or 51 minutes to 8, I think it was. It's all on the live. It's all on the video. And then DP said something along the lines of, you know, come on, mate, what are you playing at? And I've obviously a bit annoyed by this point, you know, having been locked in, and I'm at the third gate, and it's trying to lock this one. I've then said, who are you? Who do you work for? And it's covered its ID up. It's covered its ID, and the only thing identifying it was a logo on the uniform saying, ironically, Alpha Omega Security. We've got more transportation for the people, look. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. I've never even seen these. Proudly run by Hats. And somebody have a look what Hats is. People-centred care. West Midlands bus on demand. I'm pretty sure this is passion to transport type stuff, isn't it, for the people who are living in the houses or were living in the houses that have been damaged. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Worked all the lives, paid the mortgages. Mind you, I surrounded them with 5G and other things, other weapons. 1, 2, 3, there's another one behind the tree there, 4. They're all down Racecourse Lane. I'm not saying they've caused it, obviously, but I wouldn't want them near my house. Where's this cop car from? That's highly irregular one. Ops, Force Ops, West Mids, AMPR equipped. It's got stickers on the back for the guns. We've got the big boys out. Got one with a green sticker. Don't get too close, mate. Don't get too close and you bomb. Might have thermal runaway. Might start another fire. God, I hate these electric milk floats. I really do. Buy a proper car. Buy a diesel. Or a nice big juicy 3.5, 4 litre petty. But yeah, guys, going back to the arrest nonsense. I was with Richard. Richard's obviously been to a few protests with me, and the dog, little 1-year-old puppy. We were coming through Prestatyn, North Wales. We got T-packed, hard stopped, armed police. Show your hands, ID, no. You know, they use the hard technique. I said the first name, yeah, I said my first name, their first name, whatever you want to call it. And that was enough. You're wanted, you're arrested. Even though they said they'd stop me for a traffic incident or traffic report or whatever. Yeah, they took me with my broken collarbone, with a steel hip, with sciatica, all on paper. Took me in like a riot van sweatbox thing to St Asaph custody. Kept me 16 hours 40, and then Cheshire Constabulary picked me up 5:30 in the morning on Monday. I assumed I was going to court for the offence. Originally it was called racially aggravated or racially motivated public order, and it was only when I got booked in at Cheshire that they'd changed it on the solicitor's front sheet to a section 2B public order, which is the new crime of homophobic slurs. It's that new, I don't even know about it. So is there an ignorance of the law excuse thing here? Well, who knows, probably not. But essentially this new law, what they call law, and we all know that law is, or acts and statutes, technically one could argue they aren't law. A company policy, yes they are, but they're given the weight of the law by the consent of the governed, and that's this lot. Everybody here consents, so therefore everybody's governed. It's not individual consent that's required. Same with the argument with the sort of the freeman on the land, sovereign citizen stuff on the names, guys, because it's witchcraft, it's magic, and it's satanic, and I don't want to be involved in it. But nevertheless, I didn't have a brief, didn't have a solicitor, and I was declined or refused, if you like, any disclosure of such. So under Page C, what we call Page C rules, if you represent yourself, you're supposed to get given basically what's called a solicitor's front sheet. I've got ambulance incident support now. I've never seen one of these. These are volunteers, aren't they? Wow, what is going on here? 7 area rescue. People are wanting to know what's happened to the old fella. What's happened to the man who's lost his house? And I genuinely don't know. In fact, I've just seen him, he's sat on the wall up there. The whole time he's been sat on the wall. So we'll go see him, make sure he's all right. We'll get out of here. There's Robin sat next to him. Wow. There with guys. Is he better?
He's got an old Elvis and he's got an old...
Hello, mate.
He's got an Elvis and he's got
Oh, you've perked up a bit now.
He's got a classic move.
Wow. You okay now? Fancy they're leaving him on the floor though for so long down there. It was me who went over to the police and I said, can you please come and help him? I said, they've left him sat there. I said, I'm concerned about his ankles.
I went to get him a coffee, so that's what I did. Brought him one.
It's unbelievable. But finally now, I think there's some help starting to arrive. There's just a lot of buses coming. I assume
We're just beginning to kick into action now because it's been like in suspense mode. I don't think people have known what to do. But then I've just read there's 100 firefighters tackling this.
Wow.
So when we say where's the fire engines, we can only see what we can see.
Well, Robin's probably told you when we were coming from the other side of town, not deliberately to come here, but down the back of Love Lane, there's all tankers. There's about 15 fire engines at the bottom of Love Lane. There's obviously a separate thing going on down there, unless this is kind of spread.
We can be very I was judgmental. Where's the fire engine? But then
they're spread out. They're doing the best, I think.
The houses on the other side of
the exactly.
Right, shall we get off now? I don't want to stay and just film and be in people's way. We are local, but I was just checking he's all right. All the best to you, brother. Mate, all the best to you, all right? You take care, God bless you. All right. I thought the best not go that way, we'll go that way. There you go, guys. I wasn't going to put him back on the live, but you've just seen. Robin, just tell us quickly what's happened while we're still on the live with a gentleman, and I'll just drop this.
Roger's a 40-year-old resident here.
You have to probably speak up a bit on this.
He used to own a company.
Right.
Yeah. Very educated, very lovely bloke. He was inside his house, and then he smelt and heard the fire outside his window. He lives on his own. His elderly neighbour, who's older than him, also is evacuated. He doesn't know where, maybe with an ambulance, but she lives on her own. So he was more worried about her than him. And then he was evacuated to here, and he's got no idea about the fate of his house. He's the oldest resident of Winter John Lane on the top, he knows a lot about the history, very sympathetic with others, and obviously it's a bit of a shock. But it's a lovely, lovely, lovely guy. And he loves the fact that local members of the community are helping him. And a lot of people
And before, when we arrived, for whatever reason,
stuck
he
on
was
some grass.
he was kind of stuck on some grass abandoned.
But some first aid guy did come along.
So there we go. There we go.
Later and asked if he needed further
Yeah.
help.
So maybe I was a bit
Word
quick
got
to
really
judge.
bad.
Maybe he was offered to help and didn't want it necessarily straight away. But as you can see, guys, what's he say his name was? George. Roger. Keep calling him George. Roger is being looked after, guys. So thanks for your concern. All it was, Robin, I'll just quickly show you on the live. We've got 350 odd people watching. We've got all the comments here. Oh, look, thank you, Robin, for the update. Someone's just put. Thank you. Is that Jay? I can't read without my glasses. But yeah, that's Robin. Robin's been with George throughout. We are now going to, guys, walk back to the car. I was just saying, Robin, on the way up here, we were down the other fire, weren't we? Which is actually the same fire, we've now realised. But the other one's a lot bigger than this, isn't it, by the looks of it? So literally through there, guys, where Robin's showing you, can you see all the smoke? We'll go and have a quick drive, but as you can see, everything's locked down. I would say, would you rate 1 square mile Robin's gone up? Or is it more than 1 square mile? It's probably more like 2 square miles, isn't it?
Well, that tree there, black and look. See the tree? On the
Yeah,
outskirts?
yeah. But they're on the outskirts, guys, the fire brigade. They are damping down, they're doing the best. I know it doesn't look like there's any resources here, but believe me, I've seen over 20 fire engines and fire trucks and tankers. They have surrounded the golf course and the parks and the houses, and there's at least 3, maybe 4 air support vehicles. Anyway, guys, from Stourbridge, it's been RBR and it's been Robin. Or we get fried by the 5G.
That's doing it.
Wait, mate. You said that, not me. Robin says it's a 5G doing it. Anyway, guys, stay safe, stay hydrated, and yeah, see you on the next one. Hopefully not a fire.
Some coconut.
See you soon.